Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry, I didn't realize the stream got disconnected. My bad. But yeah. Oh yeah, people were saying that basically the CEO for Nintendo or the CEO of Nintendo USA basically did nothing of significance and they won't remember him after he leaves. Which is kind of, what he deserves, in my opinion. Because he's the one who implemented like monetizing like every little thing, uh like monetizing, like overpricing every little thing of Nintendo products. Like he was the mastermind behind that. I hope you guys know that. Like overpricing the games, overpricing the Switch 2 gadgets, overpricing like every single thing. And yeah, and now stocks, the Switch 2 isn't selling. Their stocks are starting to go down. And
Sort of.
yeah.
And
No,
and yeah, no, I'm aware of the so the Switch 2 is not as big of a success as they thought it would be. I don't think there's any new tech in it. I think
yeah,
it's just a standardized upgrade, which is
yeah.
like
It's also the fact that they intentionally brick people's Switch
yes, well that
2s.
too. Like
And
I don't know how they've managed to finagle that in because that is something that like that is something that is definitely like crosses a lot of legal boundaries in a lot of countries. You can't just sell a product that you can shut off remotely for like basically any reason you want. Like I don't know how,
I mean,
I have
Sony
no
does
idea
it
how they
all the
did.
time.
Well, yeah, but like I mean, even they're facing lawsuits and stuff. So I guess the standard operating procedure is to just do this stuff and then if somebody has issues just like ignore it until you lose the lawsuit and then you pay out like Amazon you pay out $51 to everybody who makes a claim but you've technically made like thousands of dollars off of them so yeah
Yeah.
it's like I guess there's
It,
no big loss there.
it's very obvious to consumers that they're getting, what is it? They're paying for more risk. Like it's not a why would you buy a hunk of plastic that is being sold for like 500, $600 with the chance of it bricking on you a week after you bought it? Like that's what is it? There's not enough.
You can't even like petition going, "Hey, this was done in error." Like I would like, I no, the answer is no. You want a new one? Go buy a new one. You piece of garbage. It's the most unfriendly consumer thing I've seen in a very long time, and I have no idea what's going on.
uh God, what is it? It's something risk. There's like a term for this. Like the risk outweighs the pros at this. Like
Mhm.
why would anyone want to make that kind of investment? And that's what they're doing. Like they're making an investment to own a product, and you're saying that it's just like a reflection of what gaming is right now. It's just such a horrible reflection. Like they want us to pay close to $100. Heck, let's be honest here. They want us to pay over $100 for their games that they don't even optimize that well. It's buggy mess. It freaking freezes and glitches and it breaks on you. And you can't, the game is unplayable, yet they want you to pay over $100 for this experience because it's the highest form of experience, guys. That's why it's priced so high. And it's like that great. This is the most shitty experience I ever got and I paid $120 for nothing. I know I'm kind of like inflating it, but they're really trying to pad out like the limited editions and they're trying to pad out the ultimate editions so that it's like literally $130 that you have to pay for if you want like the optimum experience, quote unquote. And like the base game is like $80. And it's like, what? And they blatantly said they wanted the games to be $100. Like, come on, guys. They're not even hiding it anymore. They said that they've been saying they wanted games at $100 for a long time now. And people are just ignoring it because, or people had ignored it up until this point because it was just $60. Oh, it's just $70. Oh, it's not that much, guys. They've been saying they wanted it at $100 for years. And now people are only starting to wake up about it because now they're starting to push for $80. God. It's just it's frustrating. Like, they've been very blatant about this, and we need to stop dragging our feet on, like, we need to stop being so slow to react. We need to stop, like, letting this happen. This is, like, ridiculous. But, yeah, this is where we're at with Nintendo. I'm just glad the CEO left, but I don't have high hopes that the new CEO that is in charge now is going to be any better, because Lord knows that we can't have anything great in the AAA industry at all. So, yeah. Oh yeah, Yakuza Kiwami 3 with Japanese and English voices is officially announced. Isn't that crazy? I didn't even know that they were going to make a Kiwami a Kiwami 3. I like how I say it's officially announced, but it doesn't actually give the date. Yakuza Kiwami 3 Dark Ties announced. Released as a wait, what? Set package? Oh, right. They like to do like game package releases of the Yakuza games. But yeah, they said well, they're working on it. I guess there's not an official release date yet. But yeah, they announced that they're working on Kiwami 3. So if you're a huge Yakuza fan, that's something to look forward to. I wonder if they're going to use the same voice actor. What is it? What's his name? Yang Ya, the YouTuber. I wonder if they're going to still use him for Kiwami 3. They used him for... Yeah, they used him for the other Yakuza game. I forgot what it was called. It's not like a dragon.
I'm not sure.
But
I've chatted with
man,
Yang Ye a few times, and
the man with yeah, it was actually called The Man with No Name. I think that was what the game was called. The Man with No Name. I think he was the English voice actor for Kiryu. And he was the new voice actor, and people had opinions of him being the voice actor for Kiryu. And yeah, I have never played the Yakuza game, even though people have told me I should play it. I have not played it myself, so I have no real opinions about it. But yeah, that's the news about Yakuza. If you're interested, I'll get into it eventually. Let's be honest here. Like, I'll get into it eventually. I just haven't yet. Okay. Oh, that's kind of a rage bait video, honestly. Oh, there's this video that was like, oh, Nintendo forced to sue U.S. government, because the US government was infringing on Nintendo's copyright, because basically they're just the US government is trying to bait Nintendo into trying to sue them, because that's what they've been doing. They've been fucking going around suing people just for like any small infraction that looks like Pokemon. And so the US government was like being very blatantly ripping off Pokemon stuff. Like, they were using the Pokemon font and, Pokeballs, and, gotta catch them all. And like, they're just blatantly they're like, come on, Nintendo, if you're gonna start suing everybody, you're gonna sue the US government, we'll see how that goes. But yeah,
it's like you gotta remember, all of those agents, all of those people in the industry now, not all of them, but like a good majority of them, they grew up playing Nintendo games. Now they're like, being a bit, they're trolling a company that is like, actively, or they're just doing it for fun or whatever. Like, who knows? But yeah, it's like it's kind of funny when you think about it.
Yeah. It would actually be funny if they actually did commit to it. If Nintendo sued the US. So apparently, there's a Grand Theft Auto class at a university. What is this GTA class you speak of, Reaver? It is a class that studies GTA as a game franchise, but not as like developer understanding programming. No, they're talking about the social economic landscape during each era of the games that were released, because back in the good old times, GTA was a good, what is it, like a parody. It was like a mirror parody of real world stuff that was happening around that time. And yeah, now they made it a class dedicated to studying the stories of each of the characters in the GTA franchise, and like this socio-political climate during those times. Why would someone want to steal a car in the early 2000s? Let's talk about that. Uh, and someone made a joke that we got a GTA class talking about GTA before GTA 6. And I was like, yep. Dude, we got Silk Song before GTA 6. What the actual hell? What the actual hell? We got fucking Silk Song before GTA 6. That's crazy. Uh, now we're finally getting into the one story I really wanted to talk about. Oh my god, guys, this is a fucking doozy. Okay, so you know the whole Subnautica 2 situation. For those of you who don't know, because we've gotten new people coming in, Subnautica 2 has been under some very strong scrutiny, because oh god, who is the publisher? The publisher fired the main OG devs who created Subnautica and Subnautica 2. And they gave no reasoning for the allegedly, they gave no reasonings for the firing. They just fired the main devs, and the devs were just like kicked off the team. And they were like, what the hell? We don't, and people are like, what's going on? What's going on? And then publicly the devs were like, we don't know what's going on. We have just been let go of the project. We'll let you know what's going on. It was later on revealed that the publisher made promises to the devs, and the devs and their team who made Subnautica. They made promises that if they meet a certain sales margin in 2025, what is it? If they meet a certain sales margin in 2025, that the dev team would get a bonus of $250 million. And that was like a good deal because Subnautica was one of the best indie games to release for their time, because it released like, oh god, how long has Subnautica been out? Like 5-6 years
Like
ago.
oh, I thought it was like in the mid-teens.
Oh, I don't, I'm not, I know that Subnautica's been around for a while. I could be wrong about the date. But yeah, I have Subnautica, but I haven't played Subnautica, if that makes sense. I don't like the ocean, okay? I don't like the ocean, and I don't like giant monsters trying to eat me in the ocean, and it's all dark and shit. Anyways, I I'm not a fan, but people love the game, so it was very popular in the day. It came out like years ago, and they made money. They made bank. They sold millions of copies, and they made a name for themselves in the indie scene. So them making a certain reaching a certain sales goal was kind of a given. Like, it's actually expected that they would sell more for Subnautica 2. So it's like they had it in the bag. And then suddenly the devs were fired. Okay. And oh god. Okay, so the publishing company is claiming that the reason why the devs were fired is because the game was not finished. The game was unfinished, and they had to like basically drag the dev team to work on Subnautica 2, and that they were like distracted with other projects. Like there were other projects that they're doing in the background, and they weren't focusing on Subnautica 2, and they were like breaching their contract by not focusing on the game, and the game was so unfinished that the publisher had to bring in other devs to work on the game and hammer it out. And that was the reason why they were fired.
I
And
hope they sue, and I hope
oh, they
they
did.
win. So they no, I like they haven't won yet, right? Still
I haven't
ongoing.
gotten to the great part yet. I haven't gotten to... Okay, so they did sue. They did
So,
sue.
and
They
just not to like interrupt your thing, but the YouTube stream is down now.
Oh god damn it.
Yeah, it killed itself. I don't know. I don't know why.
What the hell? Why does it
Yeah,
keep doing
it streamed for 27 minutes and then it died. I think it lost connection. So I don't know if you want to try and reboot it or what, but yeah, we'll have to
I had to
try not
start is it the same one that we're looking at? Because I had to start restart a new stream. I restarted a new stream.
if there's a new stream, hold on. Okay. So if it restarted, oh no. Okay, sorry, that's my bad. Yeah, there's a new stream. I will do the posts. Thank you. Okay, keep
Okay,
going.
sorry. Sorry, I should have said. But anyways, what is it? Oh yeah. Okay, so this is okay. So they sued obviously the dev team sued because what the CEO said that they weren't doing their job, that the game wasn't finished, and that what is it? Oh god. I already forgot. I'm getting a brain fart. They said that they weren't doing their job, that the game wasn't finished, and that... Oh fuck. Do you remember what I was saying before?
Oh, no, because like I don't think they like the lawsuit actually went through yet, right?
Oh no, it did. It went to court. It went to court. Basically...
It's been to court already, really?
Mm-hmm. Phase 1 of the court hearing went through. And the phase 1 of the court is to show evidence, right? And to like hear what people are claiming, right? Like what the claims are. So the dev team of Subnautica and Subnautica 2 are saying that they were basically wrongfully terminated. And basically their theory on why... I don't know if they brought the theory of the publisher not wanting to pay them 250 million. That's what everyone on the internet is speculating. That's what the public is speculating. I don't know if that is a claim that the dev team is making, but basically they're saying that they were wrongfully terminated. The publishing company was saying that they weren't doing their job, the game wasn't finished, and that they were distracted and working on other projects, which apparently was like a breach of contract. That's what they're...
Just to clarify, the court case is 100% still ongoing. Like they're not even done opening arguments yet. This is we're probably still like more than, I would say, like more than 6 months to a year out from like getting an actual like ruling on this.
Well, apparently, this is so great. This makes me it makes me want to laugh. I'm so glad I am such a big true crime person, because I know how some of this legal stuff works, and it just makes me like, I don't know, it just makes me happy, because it's like, how could you not know that? Okay, so first is like I said, it's phase 1. They have to make the claims. So the judge is like, okay, publisher who helped publish Subnautica 2, what's your claim? They're like, I have to emphasize this, guys. I've said this 3 times, but I have to emphasize this. Fucking the publisher representative comes up and they're like, Your Honor, these devs were under contract. They did not work on the game. The game was a buggy mess. We had to get devs from another team to help help fix the game because they left it in such a disgusting state, and they were distracted by other projects that weren't the ones that it wasn't the main project that they said they were going to help us with. They didn't do their jobs, Your Honor. And then the judge is like, okay, where's the evidence? Evidence? Yes, where's your evidence? Do you have evidence of them not doing their job? What do you mean we have to have evidence? What do you mean? They just weren't doing their job, Your Honor. That was legit. That's literally what happened. That is literally word for word what happened. They're like, what do you mean we need evidence? It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean you don't have evidence? And they're like,
so they've entered the new evidence that they've entered is that before the devs were fired, the developers downloaded the entire assets and every file that was in the video game that they were working on.
Oh yeah.
Which is like yes, because we were working on it.
Oh
yeah, they downloaded all of the files before they were fired. That proves that they were maliciously working on the project before they were fired. It's like, no, they were working on the project before they were fired. That's why they were working on the files. Yes, but they downloaded this. And we want a forensic investigation to prove that they downloaded the files. It's like, I don't think you understand what they were being paid to work on the game. Of course they would download the files. Like, you have to download the files, and we didn't tell them that they could download the files. It's like, then how would they work on the game? Well, they would make this goes back all the way to the Bethesda versus Interplay lawsuit, in which Interplay sold Fallout to Bethesda. They sold them the ability to make single-player games, and they would make a multiplayer game in the Fallout universe. That was what the deal was. But the Bethesda lawyers, it was their parent company at the time. Their parent company argued that as soon as they put out this thing that they were working on this game, and it was going to be an online Fallout game, that's what Interplay was working on. They sued them saying, hey, we told you that you could make a Fallout video game that was online. We didn't say that you were allowed to do it within the universe of Fallout.
What?
And they're like, what are you talking about? Of course it would be in the universe. But we didn't specify that in the agreement. So now we're suing to get access to the whole thing. And they lost that case. The parent company for Bethesda lost that ZeniMax, lost that case, and then they repealed and they took it up to the next level. They lost that case. They I believe, again, I'm not 100% positive, so don't quote me on it, but they then lost the next one, and it was basically like one step away from going to the Supreme Court. But that took like 2.5 years, and by that time Interplay ran out of money and they could no longer operate. So they cut a $2 million check to cover their losses and their debts, and then that like Bethesda cut them the check and settled out of court with them.
So they pulled a Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, essentially, like, Nintendo invented this kind of BS before, and this is the danger level that we're at, because this has happened repeatedly over and over and over and over again. So, this is not good. Like, we don't want this to happen. with
Yeah.
another studio. But
So,
I'm afraid that this might happen. But I don't know. It's a lot of money on the line because we're looking at
uh,
like
the judge is not okay. First of all, okay, guys, you need to realize not every judge is going to stand around while you do corporate bullshit. Okay, there, no, okay. I feel like they've already uh kind of annoyed the judge with their bullshit because this is coming from this is the judge has stated that they were bewildered with the fact that the publisher didn't know they needed to present evidence to prove their case. So they like the judge is not going to entertain whatever they're trying to do here. I'm very strong like I've when a judge is that honest, I have a feeling that this isn't going to end well for the publisher. So first the publisher said that they weren't doing their job. The judge said, "Where's the evidence to prove your statement?" They're like, "What evidence? What evidence? They weren't doing their job. Trust me, bro. The sources I made it the fuck up. The sources I made it the fuck up. Like they're really making kind of a mockery of this process already. So it's like this is yeah.
we're really
So
stretching this. Like this
yeah,
is a
this
little
is
insane.
yeah. The judge is like, what? What do you when you have nothing? Then why are we here? Like what? So they don't have evidence that the dev team didn't do their job because the main thing was that the state of the game was a buggy mess and they had to fix it themselves. But then now they're saying, "Oh, we can't prove that the game was in shambles." So what you're saying is that the game was ready to release because people are saying that it wasn't ready and that they had to release it on early access. But now that they're saying, well, okay, maybe it wasn't in a broken state, so the game was ready to release. The game was ready to release, so you lied about that in court. You lied about that in court. Okay, we're just gonna put a pin in that. We're gonna put a pin in that. They lied to the court. All right, they have no evidence to say like to show for that. And now they're saying that the game devs were like, oh well, they weren't doing their job because they were focused on other projects. Now that's right now that's the claim that they're making. They backtracked on the game being in a shitty state. They're backtracking on that. Now they're saying that well, the reason why the devs were fired was because they were working on other projects and not focusing on the main project that they were supposed to. Uh, well, seeing how their first argument didn't go well, it's safe to say that I don't think their second argument is going to hold up either. And they're really messing with the wrong dev team. Like they really are. They're messing with the wrong people right now. They made their own success with Subnautica, the first game. I'm just saying, they made their own success with Subnautica 1. And this publisher who has a very shady reputation, might I add. This Subnautica publish oh sorry, the publisher currently making Subnautica 2 already has a shady reputation. So this like this I don't think this is going to go well. I mean, the fact that they're like the fucking representative was astonished that the judge would ask them to bring evidence says a lot. It shows that this isn't going to end well for them. Like I really believe that. I really do. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I just thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really funny. Like they were like, "What? We need to prove our argument? What do you mean?" It's like, well, yeah, you gotta make a state. You can't just say make a statement. You gotta prove it. But that's how the courts work, guys. You gotta have evidence. Oh, there was also an incident where the dev team said that this was also in the court. This happened in the courtroom. The devs were relaying how it was weird that the publisher before they got fired, what Saib said, before they got fired, they wanted access to every electronic that the dev team had. The publisher was like, give us your phones, give us your computers, give us your computers at home, give us your laptops, give us everything of the project, give like that is on your electronic, give it to us. And the dev team was like, no, that's like a breach of privacy. What the fuck? Like you don't have like a right to our personal electronics. Like, no, fuck you. And they relate this to the judge, and even the judge agrees that that was a weird thing for them to want out. Like, that was a weird thing to ask, and it was, and the judge agreed that that was a breach of privacy, that the publishers had no right to ask for, you know, their personal electronics. It's not even company electronics, it's just their personal electronics. And someone theorized the reason why they wanted their electronics is because their personal electronics is because they wanted to delete all the evidence of like the publisher screwing them over. And I was like, ooh, that's an icky thought. That's an icky. I'm pretty sure they're right, because I've heard that this publishing company is actually really shady. But yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. What is it? I'm just saying, the judge being bewildered by the publisher not giving evidence, and the fact that the judge agrees with the devs that they're trying, like the publishers were trying to breach uh the devs privacy by requesting their personal electronics. It gives me hope that this is not the it's going to win in the favor of the devs, and that's what I strongly believe. And I hope they get a nice payout from this, because yeah. Let's just hope that this ends well. But I just thought that was kind of silly. I thought that was kind of funny. I thought that just tickled me. I thought that was funny. As a person who knows how some of the court system works, I just thought that was entertaining. But yeah. Do you have anything else to add, Side?
No, like this, I really, I do hope, I really do hope, excuse me, that justice prevails here. I think, I hope that they not only win, they sue like for everything they can think of, and they just keep on suing. And I want that developing, I want those developers, or not the, I want the developers to sue the publishers to the point where the publisher goes bankrupt, and then the individuals who were running the publishing company, I want them to go bankrupt too. And I want them to live in a box under a highway overpass, because that is, this is one of the most scummiest, disgusting things. It's there were feudalistic lords, robber barons, who would treat you with more respect. Absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
Absolutely disgusting. And again, 100%, these people should be prosecuted. They should be shamed. They should be mocked. They should be ridiculed. They should never, ever, ever have a day where they don't, like, where they have like a restful day. Like, no, no, they're vile. People like this have always been vile. They'll continue to be vile. They basically looked at this situation and they were like, we're going to get something for nothing. You know, we're going to steal from out of the mouths of somebody else. We're going to steal something from them without paying for it, by shenanigery and fiddling with the rules and the laws and like legal speak and corporate speak and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, again, I just want you to suffer. I want you to suffer. I want you to burn. I want you to be gone.
I
So yeah,
mean,
you know,
I mean,
being as
considering
putting it as nicely as I can.
I mean, considering that this publisher already has a shady reputation of stealing other people's works, this is
Yeah.
just karma. You know, this is just karma. They mess with the wrong people. They're stepping on the wrong toes, and people need to realize that that does happen sometimes. Sometimes, the greedy a-holes mess with the wrong people, and you know they get their just desserts. Justice does exist in some aspect. But yeah, hopefully things will go well for this dev team. They deserve it. With all the work that they put in, with all the passion that they have for their game franchise, they deserve the best. So, and I really hope that, you know, the judge rules in their favor. Moving on, Marvel's Wolverine has been announced. Oh my god, at the what is it? At the State of Play by PlayStation. They revealed the Wolverine game. Uh,
I heard not good things from it. Like not good
yeah,
things from it. Like at
yeah,
all. I heard really bad stuff from it. I hope
yeah.
that's not true. I
By
really hope it's not true.
did I say it's by Insomniac? I probably should have emphasized that it's by Insomniac. So everyone remembers Spider-Man, the Marvel Spider-Man by Insomniac that came out, and it was such a good game. It was such a great game. And then Spider-Man 2 came out, Miles Morales, that came out. And it just showed. So, the first Spider-Man game was a staple in the industry. It was. People loved the game. And Sweet Baby Inc. You guys remember that name? You guys remember that company? God, talk about a ghost from the past. Sweet Baby Inc. infiltrated Insomniac, and they helped, quote unquote, make Spider-Man 2 Miles Morales. And they made so many changes. They made so many changes to the game where instead of Peter Parker being the focal point, they focused instead on Miles Morales. They basically kind of glazed Miles Morales, which Miles Morales by himself is a good character, but activists have this weird tendency to diminish the main the like main hero in order to prop up the next hero to take up after them. And yeah, like they didn't need to do that. Everyone loved Miles and everyone loved Peter Parker. They didn't need to diminish Peter Parker just to prop up Miles. Everyone already liked Miles. In the comics already. People were already liked the
There's a
character. They didn't need to do that.
there's a
But
there's a very big group of people in Hollywood. They 100% believe that you must denigrate the old hero for the new one. And especially if the new hero is like morally superior than the previous one by virtue of their birth.
yep.
So yeah, yeah, it's pretty gross stuff when you think about it. It's so vile. Like I genuinely like it's I don't
So
understand how these people manage to like do anything. Like it's terrible.
yeah, like dude, we couldn't even get one more game with Peter Parker before they brought in Miles Morales. I mean, I know they hinted at Miles being a character in the first game, but I don't know. I felt like we could have at least had one more game with just Peter, and then the third game would be all about Miles Morales. Like that's what I don't know. It feels like we missed some steps in my opinion. But yeah. Uh don't even get me started with the you know how activists want to virtue signal, and so there was a lot of controversy with Spider-Man 2. There was a lot of controversy with Spider-Man 2. There was the what is it? There was the non-binary Spanish dub that pissed people off. So if you don't know, Spanish people are very proud people, and they don't like it when you mess up their language. And apparently the Spanish dub, uh they're trying to say that a doctor, I can't remember if the doctor was like female or the doctor was non-binary, but they said that they changed the honorific for doctor to be more like ambiguous, and it pissed everybody off. Well, I can't say it pissed everybody off. It pissed off the Spanish community because they're like, that's not a real word. Stop making this a thing. Latinos, or Latins, they don't like it when you put Latinx. They hate that. They hate that so much. They're very traditional. They hate it when you put non-binary shit in their culture. And yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Um what is it? There was another controversy with the Cuban flag. So apparently, or was it Puerto Rican? So there was an incident. Hold on, let me see if I don't know if I could pull it up. There was also another incident with the flag. So I think Miles is half Puerto Rican, and they messed up the Puerto Rican flag. Like there was like supposed to be a Puerto Rican flag hanging in Miles's house because his mom's Puerto Rican, and somehow the fucking dev team fucked it up, and they fucking confused the Puerto Rican flag for the Cuban flag. Like I said, the Spanish people are very proud people, and they don't like it when you do stupid shit like that. That was actually very offensive to them. Like, wow, literally, actually, it's insulting to me, because it's like, all you had to do was Google it, bro. All you had to do, you just fucking Google the flag. That's all you had to do. And then they,
So so I have this like reoccurring fear of like somebody like putting a microphone in front of my face and going, can you identify the Nicaraguan flag, the Cuban flag, the what's the country that started, the Belgian flag, and the um I probably would get the Swiss, then some random country in like Africa, and then another random country in like uh Southeast Asia. And it's like, can you identify these in less than 30 seconds? And I get panicky about it, thinking about it, going, oh no, that would be terrifying. But in this case, it's their job. If it was my job and I had to study it for probably a couple of months before I had to answer that, I could probably do it. I'm pretty sure I could.
the
Yeah,
problem,
this is their job.
all they had to do was, wow, it must be so nice to have a job where all you have to do is Google shit. Like, that's literally, they were getting paid to just make a Google search to fact check that they got the right flag. Like, that's all you had to do. But yeah, God, this goes to show that, like, fucking, they try so hard to virtue signal, but it just goes to show how, like, fucking intellectually deficiated they are. And it's like, good lord, dude. Like,
It's very dishonest, yeah.
I'm I'm intellectually deficiated, but I even know that I could just Google shit if I needed to learn shit. Like, holy freak. Like, God, they get paid to do this? Anyways. They made millions off of this, might I add. They made bank off of this. God. Can't even fucking virtue signal properly. Of course they can't, because they're nothing but racists. Let's be honest here. Activists are nothing but racists. Anyways. So, and the controversy of them changing Peter Parker's face in the second... Oh my god. Ugh. This is the one thing I hated, because I wanted to play the first Spider-Man game. But the one red flag that showed me things were not going well in Insomniac was that before they dedicated themselves to Spider-Man 2, they changed the face of Peter Parker from they scanned the face of the voice actor. I forgot his name, but he's a very well-known voice actor. they scanned the voice actor's face to be the face of Peter Parker. And I was like, I'm so excited. The game is good. Everyone said that the characters are written well. They really respect the character, and I want to play the game. Lo and behold, there was like an update to the game, or there was like a DLC, whatever, free DLC or whatever, and it updates fucking Peter Parker's face to look more like Tom Holland's. I was so fucking mad. I was like, why the it just goes to show that they're like chasing Hollywood trends. They didn't even give, the one thing that pissed me off is that they didn't even give the consumers an option to choose which Peter Parker to fucking use as their default character. They didn't even give people the choice. They just fucking changed it. And it pissed me the fuck off. I got so fucking mad because it goes to show that they're fucking shallow and they're only chasing the fucking popularity of Hollywood. And that shit pissed me the fuck off. It's like, can you stop messing with shit? Can you stop? You have something good, you're starting to ruin it. Like, it just goes to show they care about appearances and they care about Hollywood. You should not care about Hollywood. Hollywood is so fucking shallow and self-centered. They fucking do not give a shit about, like, the gaming industry. They don't give a shit about, like, people, like, some people in Hollywood don't care about fans, all right? Well, I would say most people in Hollywood don't care about their fans. They're, like, so self-centered, so entitled. They have silver spoons shoved so far up their ass. Their tongue is permanently tainted silver. Like, they all use each other in Hollywood. It is disgusting, dude. Like, there's this one guy who used to live in LA. He said he could not make genuine friendships. It was so hard because everyone was one-upping each other. Everyone stabbing each other in the back. You cannot have a normal fucking conversation with someone in LA. It is disgusting. Do not use Hollywood as some, like, fucking moral staple. Do not use Hollywood. Gaming industry doesn't need Hollywood. The gaming industry is way more popular than Hollywood. And I'm not lying. The gaming industry is way more popular than any media to date. It is more popular than the music industry. It's more popular than the movie industry. I was gonna say TV, but no one uses TV anymore. Like it's more popular than any media ever. We make more, like, we as a collective community generate more money than anybody, any type of celebrity. Like, it's fucking crazy. I didn't even realize that the gaming industry was that big. But yeah, we surpassed Hollywood. We should not be looking up to Hollywood. We're like the new trendsetter now. Like, we're like above Hollywood, which is kind of crazy to think about. That's kind of crazy. But, like, yeah, like, we as a community, collective community, like, are, like, outrank, fucking Hollywood when it comes to money making, quote unquote. But that's fucking insane. Yet we're looking at Hollywood like they're the trendsetter. Like, dude, fucking Hollywood has lost so much face in the last couple of years. Like, it's actually kind of embarrassing. It's actually very embarrassing. Like, actors are too much online, showing like really weird sides to themselves that turn people off. Like, you keep hearing about, like, cheating drama. You keep hearing about, like, the disgusting shit that happens in the industries, like people using each other, people like hurting each other and stuff like that. And it's so gross. And, like, you want to be like that? Like, you want to because that's what fucking Keely's trying to get in the good gracious of Hollywood, and it's just, why? We can make our own community. We have our own thing going on.
He's pushing it so hard.
Why are we chasing them? They should be chasing us. Like, what? Like, they are not the people we want in our groups. They're the toxic popular kid who, like, dunked dirty mop water on us and locked us in the janitor's closet. And yet we're trying to be their friends? Like, fuck no. Like, they don't like us. They don't like us. They don't know games. They don't like us. Yet we're still trying to follow Hollywood shit. Like, are you... This is why it pissed me off that Insomniac changed the face of Peter Parker to look more like Tom Holland, because they care so much about Hollywood taking an interest in video games. And it's like, bro, we don't need them. Like, the gaming industry makes way more money than them. We're the popular kids now. They're not the popular kids. Like, yeah, they're pretty and they're glamour now, but we make more money now. We make more money. Oh, well, not me. Like, not, I'm saying like the collective we. I'm not saying like we do, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Anyways. But like, yeah. So they did that shit. That shit pissed me off. Then they released Spider-Man 2. It was not that good. It actually made like half. Okay, so Spider-Man 2 sold 22 million copies. Spider-Man sold 22 million copies. Spider-Man 2 sold 11 million copies. And then Spider-Man 2 was released on PC, and it only had 1/3 of Spider-Man's player base actively playing the game, which is very, very bad. That's actually a failure. So that's not good. So not only did Spider-Man 2 release to half of the sales as the first game, but then when PlayStation made the game available on PC, barely anybody played the game on PC. And so now they're coming out with Wolverine. And we know Sweet Baby Inc. worked on Wolverine. We know this because Sweet Baby Inc. said so. It was actually part of their their repertoire, the part of their itinerary, it was part of their like, oh, this is the stuff we worked on. And one of the games listed was Wolverine, which at the time wasn't released yet. At the time there was only a teaser trailer and it was announced, but we didn't know when the game was coming out. We hadn't seen any gameplay, but Sweet Baby Inc. just couldn't help themselves and said, hey, we're working on the new Wolverine game. And considering how well Spider-Man 2 came out, I'm sure this won't be a disaster. Well, apparently, if you just dig a little deeper. So, I watched the gameplay trailer, and what concerned me and gave me a red flag was it was showing the gameplay of how visceral and bloody the video game was going to be. Because, come on, what did you expect, bro? It's Wolverine. He has 6 blades. He's not going to just go swing, swing, and there's not going to be blood. Like, come on, let's be realistic here. Of course it's going to be bloody. It's going to be gory. This man is a beast. And so you can imagine my slight annoyance when one of the people who worked on the game, I don't know what her position is, but she said, oh, well, the image of Wolverine like sticking his blades through someone's face, I thought that was a little too much. And I was like, really? You thought this man who's a beast on the battlefield, who has how many inches of steel coming out of him? He has killer blades coming out of his fucking hands. You think that him stabbing someone in the face is too much? Like, what? Anyways, whatever. I was like, oh god, here we go. Like, she thought that was too much. Okay. Anyways, so that was a red flag for me. But then I went behind the scenes. And I was seeing what everyone else was saying about the Wolverine game. Well, like I said, Sweet Baby Inc. Was very blatant in the fact that they helped develop Wolverine, the game. And people were pointing out that Mystique looks particularly not attractive. And I was like, what do you mean Mystique doesn't look attractive? But then I realized that Mystique was like showed like very a couple seconds, like a couple milliseconds of Mystique, and she went by so fast in the trailer that you couldn't really see her face that well, and it just in my brain it went by so fast I kind of constructed her into like an attractive blue lady like from the movies because that's what I remember her as. But no, someone actually screenshotted Mystique, and oh my god, the close up, who designed that? Like, what did they do with my Mystique, bro? She's supposed to be a femme fatale. What are you doing? And, oh god. Anyways, so they fucked up Mystique's face, and people are pointing that out. And they're saying that the fucking artist, the artist who worked on Concord, also worked with the game studio who's working on Wolverine. You can't make this shit up. The person who helped design the atrocious... God. I already went on a rant with how the character designs trigger the fuck out of me. They piss me the fuck off so badly. Like, they can't even get furries right. How do you fuck up furries? Anyways, God. Ugh, God. It's just so bad. Like, the fucking designs piss me off. Fucking, who put a bucket helmet on the fucking astronaut? Who thought that that was a good fucking design choice? Ooh, it's gotta make it quirky. Like, it's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. All you had to do was do a sleek helmet. That's all you had to do. You don't even have to show their fucking face. You just do the, like, solid black, fucking can't see through it, solid black. It would have been so fucking cool. No, you had to be fucking quirky and weird and make it a square-shaped fucking fishbowl on their head. Like, what the hell? Anyways, they can't even design shit right, and they hired the same artist who made the shitty designs for Concord. They hired them, and then Mystique's looking pretty uggs. Not gonna lie, Mystique's looking pretty uggs, which pisses me off because we can't have pretty women in games at all. And if the game releases on PC and people made mods to make Mystique more appealing, people are just gonna ban it. Nexus is gonna ban it, and people are gonna get in trouble for having that mod because women aren't allowed to be pretty in games anymore. And people are also complaining that activists are using Mystique as an allegory for being trans, and that's frustrating because literally the whole characterization of Mystique is that she hates that she has to hide her true self and that she would love to live in a world where she can show off her blue skin, her yellow eyes, and red hair. Totally not understanding the character of Mystique. She doesn't like that she has to hide and disguise herself to fit in. She just wants to be accepted as a blue-skinned goddess, okay? Dude, if I ever met, like, Mystique in real life, dude, she'd be so fucking beautiful. I'd be like, oh my god, you're gorgeous. Like, don't hide yourself, you're fucking gorgeous, just the way you are. And fucking... Anyways, it's so frustrating. But, yeah, people are already starting to make bets about Wolverine just being set up as the character at first before they bait and switch you, and they're gonna have like hero, oh god, I forgot what the name of his daughter is. It's like X-Men 32 or something like that. I don't fucking know. Like, I forgot her name. Like, she has like this experiment designation, and they're saying that Logan's just gonna be replaced by his daughter in some way, shape, or form, and he's either gonna die in the game or he's gonna fucking get tired of the bullshit and retire. People are already speculating that because they had a lot of shitty mini games in Spider-Man 2 with you play as... Okay, god damn it. I didn't even bring up this, but they also changed Mary Jane's face in Spider-Man. So, in Spider-Man 2, they changed Mary Jane's face to be even more unattractive, which I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, first she was actually cute in Spider-Man 1, but then they fucking changed her face to even not even match up with the fucking what she looked like in Spider-Man 1. They even made her more manly in Spider-Man 2. And then you have segments where you play as Mary Jane, and everyone didn't like the segments in the first game, and they thought like it was a good idea to double down and put Mary Jane segments in the second game. And people still didn't like it. And then you have segments of, apparently there's a part in the game where you play as a deaf girl, which I haven't played the game, so I don't know what the purpose of that was. But yeah, you just have like segments where you don't play as the main character, you play as other people, and that's it's like it made sense in Spider-Man 1 because you were playing as Miles Morales and you're playing as Mary Jane, and they had some significance in the story in some way, shape, or form. And then now we're in an area where like technically you could play as any character, so it's like I don't know what that has to do with anything. So it wouldn't surprise me if they put segments in Wolverine where you don't play as Wolverine, you play as Mystique, or you play as Wolverine's daughter, and then you play as some other, like a mailman who has no fucking purpose being in the game other than to show you how hard it is to be a mailman. I don't fucking know. Anyways, so yeah, like people are already speculating that Wolverine is going to be good. Sweet Baby Inc. already infested Wolverine to they already infested Wolverine, so a lot of people are not looking forward to it. So I'm already expecting that sales are not going to be good for Wolverine. Yeah, people are going to wait for reviews and they're going to save their money, as they should. We really can't trust anything nowadays when it comes to buying good products. So yeah, and I also love that the game devs were like glazing the hell out of the performance, especially after like the disaster that was Borderlands 4 that happened. Like people are not going to buy your performance shit. Like they don't like your games. The more that people push performance and high res, the more likely that it's not going to work on your computer and the game's not going to work and it's going to crash. That's what it feels like now. It feels like high performance is just what is it, a warning sign. Them glazing the high performance is a warning sign that the game's just gonna break on you, because that's what it feels like nowadays. But yeah, you have anything to say about the Wolverine thing?
Totally expected. I mean, I've been seeing reports for a few years now about how the studio is just run by absolute idiots who don't know what they're doing, don't know what people want. They couldn't encapsulate why Wolverine is popular. They think he's popular because he's Canadian. It's like,
uh
no, like
wow.
what? Like it's
Wolverine is the epitome of masculinity, and they're
yeah,
like,
and
what do
he's
you mean, what do you mean by that,
and
Reaver?
Wolverine is played by the gayest straight guy there is. Because
Who?
that
Who? Who are you talking about?
the guy who plays his actor.
What's
Sorry,
his
the guy
name?
who acts Hugh Jackman. He's a singer. He can tap dance. He's the gayest straight guy I've
He's
ever seen.
definitely, yeah, he's definitely a theater kid.
In
He's a
fact,
theater kid.
when I gotta do the accent. In fact, I was in Australia. I was in Australia a couple of years ago, and I got invited. I apologize. I'm going back and forth between British and Australian. Anyways, I look over and I see Hugh Jackman, and he's just standing on his giant dick. Right? He's just waving at me, and I'm like, "Oh my god, is that Hugh Jackman standing on his giant dick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that is. That's amazing. He does so much on his dick. It's so big. You can
It's
have
so
like
big.
barbecues there. You can have barbecues. He had a whole bunch of people, and they were all standing over on his dick, waving at us. And it was just like, that's amazing. That's amazing, mate. How many times do you get to go to, Los Angeles and you never see a star, but you go to Australia and you look over and there's Hugh Jackman standing on his giant dick. It's amazing.
God damn it. But yeah, it's a. It really sucks because they actually had a golden nugget. They like they struck gold with Spider-Man 1. They had people who were passionate about the characters coming to life in video games. And then Sweet Baby Ink happened. But yeah, it makes me wonder like what could have been, if we had a Spider-Man 2 that respected the characters, if we had a Wolverine game that actually respected the character. Because I went on a binge of just absorbing Wolverine as a character in the comics. And he can be a stoic man, he can be gruff, he can be rough, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have his emotional moments. And usually the emotional moments are quiet, You don't have to be crying, you don't have to be I mean, yeah, there are angry moments, I'm not going to lie. He does have a temper. But the when he cares about someone, it's quiet. Oh god. Like there are many heartfelt moments in comics where like Logan cares about the people around him. But it's silent, it's soft and gentle, but he still has that stoicness about him. That's why I say he's like the epitome of masculinity. And that's why they don't understand him. Is because he is masculine. He's a hairy man. He smokes cigars. He drinks whiskey straight. Like he's a man's man. But they just don't know subtlety. They don't understand nuance. They don't understand. God, they see things in black and white. So they see everything in black and white. They're like, oh, if it's a man, he's toxic. Oh, if a man's aggressive in any way, it's toxic masculinity. And I can imagine that they're going to take Logan and they're going to make him like overly emotional. And I'm not talking about him getting angry and start swinging his blades. That's not what I'm saying. I mean emotional in the cringy way. Like he's gonna start crying and blubbering. He's gonna be like complaining about woe is me about his life, like how everyone betrayed him and drinking himself into a stupor, but not in the cool way where like where you feel bad for Logan because you understand that he's been through stuff. No, they're gonna do it in a way that's like, ugh, ew, like, come on, man. They're probably gonna turn it into a joke. Let's be honest here. They don't have a respect for these fucking characters, dude. They're gonna turn him moping about the shit that he's been through. They're gonna turn it into some kind of joke in some way, shape, or form. God, it just reminds me of like the Netflix show when Roach the horse was like, there was a scene with Roach the horse dying. And the fucking studio directors and everybody wanted to make it into a joke about Roach the horse dying. And that's so... Literally, it took Henry Cavill pressuring them to not do that. Like, he's like, please, don't make it a joke. Because, God, who fucking makes a joke out of an animal dying? That's so fucked up. God, and these are the same people who are like, oh, I love animals. Yet they want to fucking... make a joke out of a horse dying? God. Anyways, so Henry Cavill was like, please don't do that. And literally the best scene of the whole fucking show was Geralt saying goodbye to Roach as Roach passed away. And that's what happens when you make a good... That's what happens when you care about the characters, when you care about the story. The best scene out of the whole fucking series was when Geralt said goodbye to Roach as she passed. Like, good lord, dude. Like, they're going to mess up... Oh, God. I thought they did a great job with them keeping Wolverine as a short king. I thought they did a great job with keeping him at least comic book accurate of being, like, not that tall. But yeah, like, just thinking about it, I don't think the story is going to be that good. I don't think they're going to respect Wolverine as a character. I'd be actually really surprised if they do him justice. I'd actually be very surprised. I hope they do the character justice, but seeing what happened in Spider-Man 2 and considering that they hired the activist people from Concord, my expectations for this game are very, very low, very, very low. But yeah, that's very
Yeah,
disappointing.
I don't think it's going to be very good. I really don't think it's going to be very
Do
good.
you know what's going to be good though? Do you know what's going to be good, Saib, about that comes out of all this? The grifters
But
making money, making fun of this, making fun of Wolverine. That's going to be fun.
yes, this is probably very accurate.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch people make fun of the shitty. It's fun to watch people making fun of the slop that's been coming out from the gaming industry, and I really hope Wolverine will be a pleasant surprise. But I also wouldn't be surprised if people start ragging on it. Code Vein 2 launches January 30, 2026. If you're into Code Vein, the Code Vein 2 is coming out January 30, 2026. Aha! The leaks were true. Bungie CEO cuts and runs. Oh boy. So apparently, so the CEO of Bungie made okay, so Bungie got acquired by Sony.
People do not like him at all. Like
Yeah.
at all. People are furious with him. I was looking at some older like ex Bungie people on Twitter, and they're just like they're calling him out like just absolutely insulting him to his face. And again, justifiably so, because just an enormous giant piece of garbage.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there it's obviously deserved, but yeah. So apparently, okay, so Sony acquired Bungie. We all know that. Okay, Sony acquired Bungie. How long have they been with Sony? About 3 years, or has
Two
it
or
been?
3 years, something like that.
Yeah,
Has it really been three? Yeah,
has it? I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. It's been a while though. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been about a year, maybe two, maybe three. I don't know, but they've been with Sony for a while because apparently the reason why the CEO allowed Bungie to be purchased was because so he can make stock investments into Sony and to let those investments mature, meaning that they reach the highest point that they can financially, and then he cut it, and then he retires and he leaves. And it pissed everybody off because from what I understand, I don't think he made a lot of good business deals when it came to making games and stuff. I think he was just in it for the money, and he saw an opportunity to gain invest like financial gain by being with Sony. And yeah, he just saw Bungie as a stepping stone to getting rich quick, and then left. Then left. Did they even find a replacement?
No, so they have replaced him. So there's no longer a CEO position. There is now just the manager position, which says a lot. I mean, it really does. It makes it quite clear where Sony values them as an independent studio, and the answer to that is they don't.
Yeah, they're like merged into them. They are employees. Like they don't see them at
Yeah,
yeah. God,
yeah,
what a shit
just
show.
poorly, so poorly, like completely mishandled, completely, um, just yeah, just like not good. This is not good. This is not healthy. This is not good. Yo, it's quite sad actually.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were pointing out that technically, I mean, Bungie's been in a bad state for a while now, and honestly, I think people are they just want the studio to just not exist anymore because like the Halo franchise is done. Destiny 2 is just a shadow of what it used to be. Uh Marathon it's not looking good for Marathon. People, it hasn't garnered as much interest as they were hoping it would. So, yeah. Is, I mean, it sucks to see such a a legacy staple reduced to nothing but ashes. But that's what happens when greed takes over. Uh oh yeah, Bowser, the CEO Bowser retired after stocks started to drop for Nintendo. Um
Yeah, I heard you cover that earlier in the show. Yeah, it's
mm,
again, so just retouching with the whole Bowser situation. He's a joke because he didn't bring anything good or new to Nintendo. And they're now they will it's, at some point they're going to be a laughing stock because of what they're doing with these making these requests and these demands of the patents and claiming like they want to claim all platform games as theirs. It's like, I'm sorry, you can't do that. And you're going to get humiliated and then you're going to get dogpiled by everybody. Are you
yeah,
stupid? Like,
they're trying to
don't do this, please.
they're trying to lay claim on a genre.
Excuse me.
They're trying to lay claim on a genre. You do not own a genre. That is not how industries work. You cannot own a genre. Like it's like a Silent Hill trying to say that they're the only horror game that can ever exist. That's like, no,
Don't give them
that's not.
ideas.
Oh
Don't give
God.
them ideas.
That's not how this works. That's not how this works. You cannot, like, you can't own a genre, guys. Like, that's not, you can own an IP that is in a horror genre, but you can't own the genre itself. This reminds me of that one incident of this one lady. Okay, this is a little kind of obscure and kind of off topic, but not really. There's this one lady this author who was trying to sue other authors because she was trying to claim that she was the only one who could make like romance stories where it has male and female, like it's a male and female romance with alpha, beta, omega dynamics. And she's like, she's the only author who first started doing it, and no one else can make content with that. And she started suing other authors, saying that they were like copying her because they were also making male and female, alpha, omega, and beta romance novels. And you don't own a genre. That's a
It
genre.
is wildly popular. It is very wildly popular.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like that's a genre. You do not own genres. That's not how this works. Like it's saying like you, God damn it. It's like laying some weird claim that you can only make this type of romance novel. It's like, no, you are not the only one who can make this type of romance novel. No, you're not the only one who can make this fucking type of creature capture game, this fucking platform game. You can't own a genre. There's other games who fucking do that shit. Like you can't, God damn it. Anyways, yeah, it's just fucking frustrating. But yeah, people are just now making fun of Nintendo. But yeah. Okay, so getting into this topic, EA may be going private with a $50 billion deal. So a lot of people were giving their 2 cents about this. Like, okay, so some people say that EA going private could be a good thing. I don't understand what it means for them being like public from being like going private. I don't. What does that mean, Saib? I feel like you probably might know a little more than I do.
So they're wanting to go what? They're wanting to go private or they're wanting to go public?
Private.
Okay, so then they buy out everybody who has money in the company, except for maybe a handful of people who agree to go like an off the book deal. And then they go from being a public company to being a private company, and they just can do whatever they want. Um, that's typically how it works, and I think it's a, usually it's a really good idea.
So apparently the EA is going to be bought out by a Saudi Arabian company.
There's been talk about it for a really long time. I don't know if it'll actually go through or not. I
Well,
genuinely don't know.
so
Like,
apparently EA is net worth at 47. Is it million or billion? I don't know. But their net worth at a very like almost close to I don't know if are they really worth billions? I don't think so. You know, you would think EA as a shitty company that they wouldn't be net worth that much. Net worth what is it? Electronic Arts. Oh my god, they're net worth $48 billion. So them being bought out for 50 billion uh is would make sense. Okay, so I heard that I'm trying to bring up the facts up into my mind. So EA is net worth at 48 billion, and there's rumors that they're going to be bought out for 50 billion. I know people say these are rumors, but these rumors are around for a reason because they're kind of true. And they're trying to. Sometimes I feel like they leak this information on purpose to gain public feedback, like to see how people feel about it.
yeah,
Sometimes,
no, they do it all the time.
yeah,
That is a very common strategy. Is they leak stuff all the time to see what people think about.
yeah. Even if it doesn't go through, and even if it does go through, like people say rumors, it's because it's definitely going on in the background. But anyways, so they're in talks. People said that it's a something buyout. I forgot what it's called. Shit. It's like it's not. Is it legal buyout or is legis? No. It's something buyout where. So basically, they're buying EA as a loan. So they're going to buy EA for 50 billion, but it's EA who has to pay the 50 billion. And the problem with that is if they are footed with the bill of 50 billion, they're not going to reach that financial goal of 50 billion, and the company inevitably collapses. Someone also theorized that if they are bought for 50 billion, the company's going to come in, take all the valuable assets, and then hit EA with the bill, and EA as a company will collapse in on itself. So, yeah. I mean, if that happens, like, are we supposed to be sad about that? I mean,
I mean, there's a lot of people who aren't going to be sad if EA gets bought out.
so EA, who focuses more on microtransactions, who killed my favorite franchise, the Dragon Age series, and who's actively trying to keep the Mass Effect series alive on life support, but literally the last Mass Effect that they fucking shitted out was Mass Effect Andromeda, and the last game that they worked on was Anthem. And
Different studio, different studio.
oh, sure, they had nothing, yeah, because it's
So
like EA and they
the
different studios, and EA
yeah,
had
yeah,
nothing to
no,
do with it. Yeah, okay.
the Bioware Montreal got closed down because that Andromeda was so bad. It's so terrible. And they instead they put all their money into more of those esports things where you buy endless card packs and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
what garbage. Like who does that?
I
I mean seriously.
I'm sure nothing bad will ever happen to Mass Effect 5, guys. I'm sure everything will happen, like, good things will happen to Mass Effect 5. Dude, I'd be so surprised if Mass Effect 5 actually lives up to the hype. I'd be really fucking surprised. But I'd also be pissed off. I'd be like, how dare you? I was being like, how dare you make a great game and then make fucking Dragon Age the Veilguard a piece of shit. Like, God, that pissed me off. Oh, that pissed me off. I'm eternally mad about Dragon Age. Anyways. God. So if fucking EA collapses, I'm not gonna fucking bat an eye. I mean, I'd be kind of disappointed because we would never know. I don't know. Like, what would this mean for Mass Effect 5 if EA gets bought out for 50 billion?
It entirely depends. Now, again, considering who it's being bought out by, there's a very good chance that that they would just cancel like anything that could be construed in any way, shape, or form as um like not how to say this. The people who would buy that company and want to make games that they want to make would in no way, shape, or form make games that would look badly on them from a their particular moral or religious structure, which means we will not be getting a Mass Effect game at all. We're not going to be getting a Dragon Age game again ever, because those things are not. Now they might sell that off. They might go they might yeah, they might sell it off, but they have strict rules, and um, them publishing a game that has naked blue aliens in it is not going to fly at all. You know,
Yeah,
so yeah,
for
it's
um
just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
I a lot of people have brought up concerns about a Saudi Arabian company buying EA because if it goes through, Saudi Arabia has certain views that making Dragon Age and making Mass Effect would not be possible. So I don't even think Star Wars would survive this. Like they have certain views. But so apparently what happened was that what garnered Saudi Arabia interested in essentially like buying games or buying stuff was that the release of Assassin's Creed Mirage, which apparently takes place in Saudi Arabia. And I think that garnered some interest in the industry, and now they're starting to make investments, which, like I said before, the gaming industry has blossomed and blew up with popularity skyrocketing more normal media like journalism, TV, movies, the music industry, like making so much money that it's ridiculous. But and now that they're trying to make an investment with, I mean, isn't Saudi Arabia like they make a shit ton of money in that country themselves? Like, aren't they like very profitable as a country? So it's like they have the money.
From their oil. They're wanting to
Yeah.
diversify out though, so they want to
Don't they
be
also
making
have like
stuff other than
mining?
the oil.
Don't they have like mining stuff too? Like
Yeah, they got some
minerals and
mining stuff,
stuff?
but it's not in it's not as far as I understand, it's not like they have mining companies there. The companies don't mine inside the country. They mine in other countries
Oh,
adjacent
okay.
or near them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have generational wealth, let's just say. They're very
Yeah,
wealthy
yeah,
as a country.
yes,
I'm actually surprised they
and they've done it very well. I mean, normally it would have been like normally most countries handle it like really poorly. So
mm,
it's kind of nice to see a country actually do the right thing.
yeah. Do the right thing by collapsing EA. Let's go. But that's just a speculation. I don't know what this buyout is going to do. I don't know what type of buyout it is. People are speculating that it's going to be a certain buyout where they saddle okay, it's not just the debt of saddling EA with the buyout debt. It's also they're they're going to allegedly, this is just a theory, people are thinking that the Saudi Arabian company is going to offload whatever debt that the company has. They're going to offload it onto EA, plus the 50 billion is going to be footed by EA, which would, you know, horribly sink the company, allegedly. And it's a certain name for that buyout. I don't know what it is, but I forgot what it was. Someone said something buyout or feasible buyout, something like that. I don't know. But yeah. Uh that's just a theory though. They could be wanting to acquire EA to get in on the gaming business. I don't know what that would mean if they get involved, because like I said, they have certain views that, I mean, I guess they take over the sports franchise, because it's not just it's like they have basketball, they have football, they also have racing games, right? EA
Hmm.
has racing games. So
Yeah, a lot of them.
I guess they could take over that aspect. The other stuff, I don't think that they'd be interested in, but that could be just me. I'd actually be surprised, but you know, if they actually do make like fantasy games and stuff like that. But that's just me. But
I,
yeah.
I highly doubt they would make fantasy games. Again, I don't know exactly. I'm not claiming to be an expert in that particular Middle Eastern culture, but typically, I've looked at some of the games where they're having like game tournaments there. And a couple of like games that have like fantasy elements. They had video games there. Again, don't quote me because I might be wrong on this, but at some point, I do believe that that Riot had a couple of tournaments down there. I don't know if they were officially sponsored by or they were just like local ones down there, and they had a request that they had to ban every single female character from the game,
Wow.
except for Lulu, because Lulu was viewed as a Jinn, so they let her play through because she was a Jinn,
Wow.
in their eyes. So it's not like this isn't like official. This is just what these people that were doing the organizing, they were like, hey, we can let this character in because it's not a human. We don't see it as a human female or a female in general. We view it as a Jinn. We don't want to anger the Jinn, so let the Jinn play. But they looked at all of the other female characters and they like complete ban. You're not allowed to play them. You're not allowed to select them. You're not allowed to see the art. I believe there was a request to have loading screens scrubbed of any females as well. And I mean, just like that's a nightmare. You don't want that. That's just
Yeah.
disgusting. Like, please, I hope people wake up and don't lose their mind over this shit because
Yeah.
it's gonna get bad.
Yeah. Yep. Someone not to look forward to, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see. The deal is still in talks, but we'll see. Oh yeah. YouTube. Okay, so you remember how people were going through a mass they were like losing viewership counts in mass
Mm-hmm.
droves. And people were speculating, why is that happening? Well, apparently YouTube explained why there was a drop in views. Okay, so what happened was that YouTube doesn't like that people have been using ad blockers. They didn't say that, but but this is what they're essentially saying. They don't like it when people use ad blockers because they said that people are getting views that we can't see. And YouTube's like, that's not good. That there are views going into the system that we cannot see, that we cannot track. We don't know what's going on. So they basically updated the system to be like, you have to, if you are using an ad block, it's not going to register as a view. That's essentially what they did. So yeah, they're trying to basically, what is it? They also said, because there was like this, update thing, like a update video that YouTube did for like, oh, what to expect in the year to come or whatever. And basically, YouTube said that they're going to focus more on live streams and making shorts and stuff. They're going to prioritize that stuff. But guess what? They're also going to implement AI. Yay! Because we all knew at some point Google wanted to invest in AI. Well, now it's infesting YouTube. And they really want to push the AI shit. And guess what? You can make AI generated shorts. You can make AI
Yeah,
generated
just
shorts.
straight up, like just like in the inside the YouTube page, you just set it up auto and then hit the button and it just does it. Um, this
So,
is slop. This is like industrialized slop now, which is
yeah.
just mentally like crazy. Um, yeah, it's we're headed for dark times. We legitimately are headed for dark times.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah,
hold
so
on to your keisters because it's gonna get wild.
yeah, they're really forcing people to watch ads, or it's not that ads aren't getting views. What pisses YouTube off is that ads are getting views and the videos are getting views, but YouTube can't see the views. YouTube doesn't know who's watching the video and stuff like that because they do have your data. Let's be honest here. Every company has your data. So they're like, we can't see because of the ad blockers, they can't see who is watching the videos. So that pisses them off because they're generating revenue for the content creator, they're generating revenue for the ad itself, but they're not generating revenue for YouTube, and that pisses YouTube off. They're like, what? Viewership for free? Not on my watch. And so now they're forcing people, if you, I wouldn't say that they're forcing ad blockers to watch ads. That's not what's going on. They're forcing people to basically get rid of their ad blockers if they want to support their content creator, which is devious. That is so fucking devious. But they're like, nah, we want to count your view. We want to know what you're watching. We want to feed the algorithm. You gotta get rid of the ad blocker if you want to support your creator. Jesus Christ, dude. Anyways, so they're forcing people. They're basically punishing the YouTuber, which makes no sense. Why are you punishing the YouTuber in viewership count because the viewers decide to use an ad block? That's so fucked up, but whatever. So, yeah, YouTubers who are noticing a dip in their viewership, it's because of that. And people were complaining about how there was like AI generated voiceovers on non-English speaking uh YouTube videos. And people were annoyed about that because they could, like, the fucking AI isn't advanced enough to give coherent sentences and to accurately translate foreign language. The AI is not uh, it is not that it's not that fluent, all right? It's not that fluent, it's not that upgraded. It's very horrible AI slop, and it pisses people off because it distorts what the actual what is it? The foreign speaker is saying. Like there's also AI auto-generated subtitles that don't accurately portray what the person is saying, and that pisses people off. I think people said that they wrote out a script that they upload into the subtitle thing so people understand what they're saying. But I think YouTube like automatically turned it off and they replaced it with AI subtitles and AI fucking generated voice. And it pissed everybody off. And now it's mask off. They're fully committed to putting AI into YouTube. They even gave YouTubers a lot of different AI tools that they can use themselves. So instead of doing anything about the AI slop already infesting YouTube, they're actually doubling down on it and making it easier for people to make AI slop content. And yeah, YouTube's owned by Google, by the way. I wonder, like, don't ever forget that AI, the fucking Google invested into AI, and YouTube is owned by Google. So, yay! Love that. Love that for us. Love that for us. But yeah, I think they're starting to pull away from YouTube videos. I think they're trying to focus more on live streams and YouTube shorts. And because it seems like they're trying to really embrace TikTok, uh, the TikTok platform where TikTok they're trying to copy TikTok, and it's like, can you?
They want people to doom scroll all day long. Like that's
Yeah,
literally what they want them to do is doom scroll because doom scrollers tend to not skip ads. Um, so yeah, it's weird.
yeah, they just want people to focus on shorts, and they want people to focus on live streams, and it it leaves a weird space for video content and long form video content. Like it it's weird because live streams are a form of long stream, like it's a form of like not short content, you know. It's a form of long content, but they're trying to get away from the video aspect of it. So it's like that's a weird thing that they're trying to. I mean, it's a kind of a good thing because people have said that YouTube has been neglecting live streaming on YouTube for a while now. So, I mean, at least they're focusing on live streaming now, but I don't know. It's
A little
just
bit, yeah, but
yeah.
not enough.
I mean, they said they're going to make it easier for discoverability for live streaming and for YouTube Shorts. So there's that. I mean, it's kind of annoying that in order to gain any type of new subscribers and viewership is that you have to dedicate to YouTube Shorts. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, I've I've seen the accuracy of YouTube Shorts. It is true. If you actually start dishing out YouTube Shorts, you can actually gain a bunch of subscribers from doing that. And I've seen a lot of YouTube channels really dedicate themselves to, you know, uploading YouTube Shorts daily just to get all that what is it? To get that steady flow of viewership coming in. And yeah, but the sad fact is that if you dedicate yourself to YouTube or to YouTube Shorts, you're not going to make that much money off of it. In fact, YouTube themselves admitted that YouTube Shorts do not make a profit, even though they do generate a lot of viewership. They they don't make money. So, but they're very determined to make YouTube the new TikTok. So I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. It's like they really want to push stuff that makes them the less like that costs them the less money and effort. I don't know.
I was talking with Ash about this morning and like what is the best thing for us to do, like, how do we react to this, that kind of stuff. And it's still up in the air. It's like, um obviously we don't want to utilize a lot of AI content because it's simply not as good, but there are some things that we could do that would be good. At some point, I almost wish that AI would manage the news, although I don't trust the current algorithms that they're built off of. But I wish that, when a media company comes out and says, such and such happened, but then they word it in such a way, or they fact check it in such a way that it's like it's an obvious lie. It's like so and so was reported to have done, um to have saved a giraffe on Sunday. This is not true, absolutely not true. And then down in the notes, way down at the bottom, after you scroll like past like 5,000 ads, there's a little disclaimer that says, while so and so did free a giraffe from a fire, it was not on Sunday, it was on Saturday, if you take the time change into account. And it's
Yeah.
just like, it's like, so he did save a giraffe a from a fire, like that. So this person's actually better than what you're saying. Or you have the people where it's like, so and so did a heinous crime, and we clearly think that he's connected to some, like, this group, and this group. And then you read down, and it's like, yeah, because he wasn't connected to them, he was connected in the sense that he was like, he hated them. Well, that's a connection. It's like, it's some of the most disingenuous lying BS, and the AIs do it right now. Like, they have been hardwired to lie. I should show you. I should show you the ad that I got. It's crap. It's on my phone. I was sitting there minding my own business. I think I posted this to the Twitter account, but I'm sitting there, I'm minding my own business, and I get a message pops up on my phone, and it's from Meta AI, and it's like, which pairs of glasses are best for you? And it has like this. It's an ad for glasses, and I'm like, and I messaged the bot. I reply to the bot. This is Meta's bot inside Facebook's messaging service. And I said, why the hell are you sending me ads? I didn't ask for you to send me ads. And it gaslighted me. Says, I don't know what you're talking about. Wasn't me. I'm like, there's an ad, right? Your last message was an ad. You posted an ad. And it goes, that never happened. I don't send you ads. You're mistaken. And I'm just like, holy shit, the freaking AI is gaslighting me. Holy
Yep.
crap.
Typical. Typical.
Excuse me.
But yeah, it's getting to an absurd degree. I don't know where this leaves
Yeah,
YouTube.
it's
Uh,
very like crazy that this is happening.
uh,
And I don't like it at all. Not in one slightest little bit.
People speculated that this is gonna cause people to leave the platform. I don't know if that's true. YouTube has been a big staple for a while now. People have said that,
Hmm.
Twitter changing hands, that was gonna cause people to leave Twitter, but no one really did. So I don't know. YouTube's still kind of a popular platform, but
The
it's
minute that
supporting
you
AI
can no
content.
longer
I don't know.
the minute you no longer get what you need from the service, and instead you just get this random like BSery, that's when you are going to hit the wall so fast. You have no idea what kind of insanity you are walking yourself gleefully into.
Yeah.
It is you are going to have some of the worst experiences if you go ahead with this. So yeah, we'll see where it goes, but yeah, it's not good.
I actually need to go to the restroom real quick because I chugged a bunch of tea. So I'll be right back.
Okie dokies. So yeah, I mean, just in general, it is wildly stupid for YouTube to flood the market with this like bad AI generated content. Like it is genuinely a really dumb idea. You do not want to do it. It is a bad idea. Don't, for the love of God, don't do it. But you see this company, it's like, but it's the golden apple. It's the golden goose. If we kill the golden goose, there'll be all this money and stuff inside, and we'll become super rich. It's like, no, you won't. No, you won't. You will kill the golden goose. Do not do it. Please stop. And they're just like, but we have to do it. This is the way it has to be. And you're like, please, for the love of God, please, no, please, like stop, no, stop, please, stop. This is like, do you have any clue what you're doing, what you're about to do? No, you don't. You're being completely retarded. Stop, please. But yeah, the stupidity is about to get super real with some of these big corporations. And again, as a reminder, all corporations will eventually die because they are too stupid to understand that they can literally play with fire. They are too dumb to realize that they can burn themselves and that they shouldn't do this. So yeah, just don't yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because people are legitimately that stupid. And it's sad. It really is. It really is quite sad. Excuse me. I need to get water and also go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna wait until Reaver gets back. Um, we've got an update to Civilization 7. Came out 7 months ago, and I played it. I wasn't very happy with it when I played it originally. There were some minor like cool new things, very minor, at the cost of basically every advanced gameplay style, tactic, and tool that you had in Civilization 6. And the UI went from like Civilization 6's UI was like pretty decent. I think number 5 was the best. A lot of people say the number 5 was the best. But number 6, by the time they finished doing all the upgrades and additions and all that kind of stuff, they finally had like a decent thing that was worthwhile showing. But there are some absolute idiotic choices. And again, how you get to this point, I really have to ask the question: how do you get this point? So the units, they have like they've got do various functions, and then fortify, sleep, pass, those kinds of functions. And for some reason, some idiot thought, hey, let's take the sleep button or the pause button or the skip turn button, and on a different unit we'll put a different button there, so that if you go to one unit and you press the same button that you just pressed on the last unit, you end up like killing the unit. And nobody thought, and still nobody at the company thinks, this is a bad idea, let's not do that. Let's make the UI smooth like we made it in previous games, and make it simplified that in previous games, and do things that people are expecting to have the same. It's not like this is a new feature. Okay, this isn't a new feature. This is a thing that's been around since the beginning of the first game. Put the button in the same place. It's like these programs that, and I encounter a couple of them in various fields of stuff, right? What, like, they move it so they make it so that your one button, you got to press a button, right? You got to press a button, and it's like, do you want to close this or save this or whatever? And it's on the left side of the screen is yes, on the right side of the screen is no. And so you go and you click yes, and then it asks you the next question, but the yes and the no are now reversed. And you go to hit yes, just like automatically go down left and hit click yes, or down right click yes, whichever one you're used to, and they swap it around in the same program. This isn't a different program. This wasn't made by two different people. This was made by the same person who decided to rotate the yes and no for some weird, stupid, dumb reason. And it's like Firaxis, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, this is Civ 7. You have quantifiably perfected this product now. Stop! Like, stop! Like, what are you doing? No! Don't do this. This is stupid. Don't do this. This is not a good idea. But some people, again, some developers are just like, oh, but we got to make it different for the sake of making it different. No, no, you don't. You make it the same as you've always made it so that people get the same thing in the basic thing. It's like, it's like, hey, ever think that we need to redesign a door? Can we redesign a door? Like, what do you mean redesign a door? It's like, well, instead of opening the door, the right or to the left, let's put the door handle on the bottom of the door. And then you have to pull the door towards you and make the door swing up. So you crack somebody on the head on the other side. And then on the other side of the door, it's not a put. You don't push from the bottom. No, you have to. The door handle is at the top of the door. You have to jump up, turn it, and then like use your body weight to like pull it down like a garage door, like some of the old-fashioned non-mechanical garage doors. And again, you're just like, no, nobody wants this. But it'll be like the DeLorean. No, it won't. It will not be like the DeLorean. Oh my goodness. Some some people, I freaking swear, some people. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. That's what we will continue to deal with. That is um what the universe is going to line up for us. Because again, there's some people that are just they're just they're just that smart. Yeah, they're just that smart. It's great. It's great. Let me just respond to this here. If I can find it. So thank you for that, Shorty. I am missing the. Where is the? That's a good question. Where is that? Holy crap! Where did it go? There we go. Sorry, my Twitch chat went away. Um, yeah, the idea of like don't ask questions, which I think that wasn't about this. I think that was about something else a long time ago. Anyways, yeah, it's crazy. What do we got else for some of these news stories? Uh, well, sticking with the AI topic, there's a new report out by PC Gamer about how over half of Japanese game companies are now using AI in game development. Um, it depends. Again, when it comes to AI, it depends on what it is. So, uh, there's a couple big companies that use AI. Some of them use it for resizing certain graphical objects to like better fit like characters, like heads and stuff. I think that's the big one that they use it over at Blizzard for. Is that Blizzard has a ton of like customizable like character customization. There's there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and I think maybe a few thousands of pieces on various body parts and stuff like that. And there's lots and lots of different characters, and so getting everything to kind of match up and morph up is a very tedious, very annoying job. Frankly, I hope I would want them to like update some of the graphics to like update the older armor. There's some really really cool older armor, But whenever they do that, they bring it in line with the modern audience. You have to bring it in line with the modern audience. This top is quite sensual in the fact that it has some very curvaceous things going on. We don't want to do that anymore. We can't have that. It's not something that's allowed. Okay, we've got to control the gooners out there. Okay, so we can't have that. We can't have a character just walking around, looking pretty. Like that's just not allowed. We have to like dumb it down a little bit. So they do that, and I don't want them to do that. Like that's garbage. Like obviously that's garbage. So please don't do that. But there are some things that you need an AI for. You don't need an AI for, but it makes it easier, and it's like not the funnest work. Like some people, what's a good example of like personal labor? It's like cleaning horse doo doo off the roads. Like we used to have a whole industry around that. That's not a fun job. That's not a very like that. Sure, you could say maybe it's a fulfilling job. Maybe it's like it's a job that is perhaps not it's okay, but it's not a fun job. Like it's just not. Like yeah, maybe you could pull some level of meaningfulness out of it, and that might be a good thing. But there's better things to do. I think if you have the option of serving coffee and doing like little bit of like you know mocha art, or what is it, latte art, yeah, latte art, whatever, doing latte art is far better, far far better than clean up horse doo doo. Just saying. Just saying.
All right, I'm back.
It's probably welcome back. It's probably a better thing. I'm just talking about the Japanese companies using AI in their
Oh,
development, and
yeah.
how some companies are using it to like do things that nobody wants to do, like minor 3D model corrections. Like
Oh,
that is genuinely a really really annoying job. Like hey, we've got all of the outfits in the game. You have to tighten up their waistband by like 0.35 pixels on each angle, and then you have to do the same to the collar, but in reverse of whatever you've done to the main waist. Otherwise, the model doesn't fit the model of the item doesn't fit the person anymore.
oh
Nobody wants
yeah.
to do that. That's not a fun job. That's not a cool job. And I compared it to like cleaning up horse doo doo on roads. And we used to have to do that all the time. Now they that job doesn't exist anymore. Or if it does, it's very limited in it, and that's not all you're doing. It's like maybe something you do once every like little while or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's a very good idea. It's like, yes, please and thank you. Let's get past that, but let's not replace everybody with AI because that's dumb. Anyways, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom and get water because my mouth is getting a little bit dry.
Understandable. But yeah, it's I mean, we've always had this conversation for a while now that AI is being used to make games. It's been in talks. People have actually been implementing it. It's not really surprising at this point. People have said that they're just going to use AI to just help with the annoying tasks that no one really wants to do, and in the AI focusing on the annoying tasks, it leaves room for the creatives to make more content for the games and to focus more on other stuff, other aspects of the games, which is nice. That's nice. It's just that the problem lies is that it's a slippery slope. At some point someone's going to just make games just fully AI, like not have any human input at all, except some prompts here and there, and then just has the game. Like, wasn't it PlayStation? I believe it was PlayStation, or it could be Xbox. There was one a console company that like really wanted to focus on making a game that you create yourself, and then they just sell the AI thing to you, and then you just build your own game yourself. And they're just they were just advertising it like it's good, like the new innovative thing. And technically, yeah, if like people like Minecraft, which is literally you crafting and surviving, but mainly crafting in this pixelated world, and people love doing that. But it kind of shows. I mean, the industry has gotten lazy. We all know this, and this just reinforces that. This reinforces their they're lackluster when it comes to like creating good games. Like they kind of, let's be honest here, dude. They kind of gave up on creating new games. Literally, it's the indie scene that's like pushing out new IPs now. Like when was the last time a AAA gaming company put out a new IP? When did that happen? Concord, Marathon, uh, stuff stuff not looking stuff not looking good. It's just I don't know. The AI things is just a slippery slope. There are going to be cases of companies relying too much on AI, and it's going to show, and it's going to be embarrassing. But yeah, people don't want AI slop. They don't want AI content. They want genuine, authentic content. But that costs money, and that costs a lot of time and effort, which these billion-dollar industry companies just don't have the time and effort. So, and plus they'll be making more money if they just don't pay people. So, there's that. Let's see. Yeah, MOBA 15 years in the making shuts down before leaving early access. So, what happened? Did they like were they in were they like in early access for like a little bit and then they realized people weren't that interested and they just shut down? You may have never heard of this game before now. Titled Sirocco. It's a 5v5 naval brawler where customizable boats try to send each other to the bottom of the sea. It started as a Warcraft 3 mod over a decade ago before the team made the concept, a sort of battleships-esque multiplayer online battle arena. And that sounds like an interesting game. A full-blown game. It's only ever peaked at 882 players some 4 months ago, according to Steam DB data. And now, with the game barely cracking 30 players at any given time since its May 2025 launch, Lunchbox Entertainment has decided to pull the plug on Sirocco servers. We are shutting down our servers indefinitely on August 2025 at 3 p.m. ET, the team wrote in a Steam update post. After that time, the game will be unplayable. We are sorry for the inconvenience and grateful for your support. If you have questions, reach out in Discord and we will do our best to help. In the official Sirocco Discord server, developer Jack of Boxes gave a bit more details on August 18th, writing that the team is proud of the game and hopes to bring it back. Hi everyone, getting emotional just writing this. Jack of Boxes wrote, today is the day we pulled the plug on our server. Despite our best efforts, we can't help Sirocco going. Oh, sorry, we can't keep Sirocco going. So we'll be shutting things down on Wednesday the 20th. In other words, Sirocco will go offline in 2 days. All Patreon supporters who subscribed in the last 90 days have been refunded. As much as it sucks to shut off the servers, we're really proud of Sirocco and we are going to do everything we can to keep making games so one day we can bring back Sirocco in the future when we have more resources. Thank you all for being a truly amazing community. You all have gone above and beyond to make our game and community the best it could be, and for that, I can't thank you enough. And I think that's it for the article. But yeah, that's actually kind of sad. I mean, they did seem to get good numbers for 882 starting out. It makes me wonder, was the game buggy? Was there just not that much content? I've had heard streamers who played like those ship war games, and they what is it? I remember this one specifically that was really cool looking. It was like Battleship, but like for PC, and they actually did a great job like making it for PC with like visual effects and the graphics were pretty great. Like it wasn't like AAA shit, but it was actually it looked really good. And the explosions were really cool, and then watching the ship sink, that was like pretty cool. Uh, and I don't know, I think battleship games could actually be a cool genre to get into. It's kind of disappointing that they had to shut down, but 882 players starting out for an indie game is nothing to sneeze at. Like, that's actually pretty good numbers. Uh, but yeah, it's actually disappointing that they lost the player counts to the point where it's like only 30 players. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's everything. I don't know if I should wait for Saib to come back. But yeah, that's things are getting crazy. I can't say I'm excited. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen later down the line. Uh you'd think that things would be at least a little quiet in the industry for a little bit before things get even more crazier, but I don't know. But yeah, is there any new games coming out that I'm interested in? I mean, I was interested in Silent Hill F, but someone I know who plays the Silent Hill franchise, he said that he didn't really like Silent Hill F, which I was like, "Oh, that's disappointing." He's like, "It wasn't as scary as he was hoping it'd be." But I hear from other people that it is actually scary. So, I don't know. Like, to each their own, I guess. Um, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if there's any games that were coming out that I was interested in. I think I was interested in the Wolverine game, but let's be honest, after everything that's coming out with that, probably not. But yeah, I don't know if I should just end things here. Uh, Still waiting on news. Oh yeah, was it Masquerade, the Bloodlines 2? They got rid of the 30-day DLC, day one. Or at least they got rid of the DLC where they locked two of the vampire clans behind a paywall. They got rid of that. But they still do have DLC available, but it's story packs. So it's like story content. I don't know how much the story content costs. They didn't put a price on it, but yeah. They didn't at least they fucking understood the feedback and they didn't keep the classes behind a paywall. That's what pissed everybody off. They knew people wanted to play two clans specifically, and they're like, "Oh, if you really want to play it, you got to shell out $30 for it." But yeah, it seems like they backtracked and they do need I do understand that the game was in development hell for a really long time and they need to recoup some type of cost for it. But uh locking the classes behind paywalls was not a good look. The backlash was deserved, but yeah, I think hopefully people are more appeased now with the story packs instead. People are still speculating that the game isn't going to be a true RPG, and some people are speculating
Okay.
it's not even. Ah, sorry,
Sorry, I'm back.
I was talking about Bloodlines 2 and how
Gotcha.
the DLC changed. But yeah,
Gotcha.
was there anything else you wanted to go over?
No, I don't think so. I can't think of anything off the top of my mind.
All
But
right.
yeah, brilliant stuff, right?
Oh yeah. Crazy shit. Like, I can't believe that that publisher went up to a judge and said, "What do you mean we have to show evidence? What do you mean? We have to prove that we're not lying. What the hell? How does this court system work? What do you mean?"
We've never had to do that before. Like it's just like
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. But
my
yeah,
brain hurts sometimes dealing with some of these people. My brain hurts actively
yep, same.
sometimes.
All right, I guess we'll end things here. Is there anything you want to plug in before we skedaddle?
No, could it's a much shorter show today than we normally have had.
I
That's for
know.
sure.
Yeah, it's because sometimes we
But
get off topic.
just a little bit. But no, overall we've got still working on stuff. This this first big book in this series is coming along really well. It's very exciting. I'm very happy to see where we're going with it. I cannot wait to show it to everybody. Um, yeah, and we're getting there. We're like we are honestly really getting there. We're getting very close. We're not quite there yet, but we are getting very close. And I'm very excited for it. But yeah, it will take a bit of time for it to get out. We just finished editing the five, six, seventh. Yeah, the seventh chapter chronologically. The seventh chapter, not chronologically. This we just completed finishing editing the seventh chapter, and there's like just under 30. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. So
That's good.
yes, thanks for everybody who's been holding on for it. And yes, that includes all the stuff on the new channel about the book, like the book interviews, that kind of stuff. We were put behind due to some illness and some other stuff. It is coming. It is 100% coming. It's just gonna take a little bit. So yeah, to get it up and running perfectly.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for the likes, for the follows, for the subscribes, especially to you lurkers. We appreciate every single one of you guys. And we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.